the Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day. So we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas, and we'll take a look here at the old indexes, which are still rising up here nicely. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas, along with the EIA report for natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin. Not really a whole lot of nothing going on here today, okay? But I just want to point out here that see how we have this downtrending channel going on here, okay? See that? This downtrending, and then we have it downtrending. So realistically, today we made this high of 108.370, a little bit higher than 108.300, but really nothing, just kind of like an indecision candle situation, okay? So now, again, if we can get above this key level here, this 108.370 level, then we're going to come up right here into this top of this candle here. That's 109.305, okay? And if we do, that would break that downtrend scenario here. And then we pop up here to the next level, which is 110.855 level. And then we're going to come up here. Top of this candle is 112.60 and then 112.345. That is going to be your big retest level, okay? But again, we're still in that descending channel here. However, when you look at these channels here, if you ever look at the chart, now if you want to learn about charts, go on my playlist. I got stuff on charts, candlesticks, anything that you want is on there. You can do it at your convenience. But when you look at the channel here that's going down here, okay, you'll see that situation, headed right on down. See this kind of situation? Even if this comes all the way down here and breaks that 50-day, come down, that still would be a buying opportunity. But eventually what happens with this, and it could happen right now, is that when you have these descending channels like that, when they hit the top and they break through that channel, it just rips higher, okay? So just remember that. Okay, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually that's going to rip much higher. And our target's going to be that 110.890 level. And then we're going to come up here to that 112.345. We crack that 113. And then I'm looking at 115 to 116 level. Okay, now downside, it didn't even get there, but this is where your 106.201, that's going to be key support level. And same way with this 105.973, that's going to be your key support level here on your 8-day level. Okay. Now, again, if we lose that, then we can come down here to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 105.60 level. We'll come down to the bottom here. You're looking at 103.850. We just keep marching on down 102.425, and then that 50-day is going to be key at 101.833 level. And then we come to the bottom here. You got 101.390, and then we can come right down to the bottom, 100.815, and then with your big retest down here is 99.90 level, okay? But right now we have that descending channel going down here. But when these break, okay, and it could break tomorrow, and this would rip up here, you break that channel, and then we'd rip much higher. Because we're sitting over here at RSI at 54 here. We got plenty of room to the upside. You're sitting on the bottom here. So once we get that curl up here, look how nice it is where we can have that nice big run up and look at the results of it, okay? Now, the key is we're back above that 8 and back above that 21-day. And basically, we're back above all the simple moving averages, which is very, very nice here. But just don't have no opinion. Just wait until we can crack basically above this 109.305 level. We do that. We break that trend line, and we head higher. Okay, weekly chart here looking very, very nice. As long as we hold by tomorrow, that 105.363, that's going to be the key. That's that 8-day. Right now, she's looking very, very good. And now you can see here, see how we have all these topping tails here? So we're heading right into all this resistant levels, okay? So that's what we want to look at. But here, you can see here, we're pretty clear on here also for the weekly situation. See how that descends, okay? See how that descends? Once we crack above that 109 level there, then she's going to be start ascending and right up to that retest of 112.345. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold, here we have silver. Let me bigger up a little bit here for you. Okay, now, okay, you can see here low, higher low, higher low. Respect the 50-day, came right on down, came down lower than that, but where is it right now? Okay, you're right above it. So this is the key level here on the downside, 33.34. Long as we're holding that, we're good. If not, it's going to come right down here, 33.08, and then we're going to have your retest down here at 32.69. We lose that, we bring the price shallow crowd. What do you got? 32.07, come down here, 31.56, and then your big retest down here at that 31.23, and then we have your 100-day at 31.64 just above it, okay? But right now here you can see how we have a nice ascending a chart here. Low, higher low, higher low, and look at all your price channels, your 200-day, 100-day, 50. Everything is going on the upside here except for the old 8-day. He wants to try to roll over. Now, if he rolls over here, that could be not good. Okay, but another thing I want to show you here is on this the last 3 days here. Okay, man, this is a little bit better. Okay, so we have this red candle, and then we have these two candles. This is a possible bear flag situation. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Just possible. Now, if we get back above that 21-day, 33.70, that 8-day, 33.74, that negates that pattern, and then we go higher. Okay, here's your target. Okay, 34.13. We'll come up here. You got 34.19. 34.27, and then we'll be looking here realistically for that 34.76. Okay, I had no trade today in gold, and because it's just really not doing anything. We're just sitting sideways action on RSI, pretty much sideways action here. But realistically, you're trading that 50-day on the bottom, 21-day, 8-day on the top. Okay, we lose that 50-day. Here's your target. Okay, we crack above that 21-day and that 8-day. Well, we're going to go. There's your big target at 34.76. Now, silver. I actually put a little bit of scalp ski. I went on the SLV there today. And it was a good trade. Okay, so you can see here how we had this almost like a double top situation, but we had that negative divergence. Okay, and that played out nicely. But the 21 down one, I call it the catch-all, and it caught it up very, very nicely. Yesterday held it very, very nicely, and then today we had this higher high and a higher low situation. Okay, so now what we're looking at the downside is look at where it came, went right down to that 8-day. Okay, see, this is why you trade the charts. 36.40, that's what you're looking for. We lose that, you can come right down to the 21-day here at 35.70. Now, upside, we got as high as 37.10. Okay, so basically all you want to do is look over to the left of the chart here, 37.03. That was your resistance level. Okay, it got through it, but then it pulled right on back. If we can get above, then we're going to be looking right here, 37.33, and then 37.40. That is your recent high and your breakout. Okay, you're going to go 38, you're going to go to 40. Okay, but always look to the left of the chart. So if you're trading, you say, hey, okay, this popped right up here nice here. But then what you do is you take one level at a time. Don't automatically look for that 37.40. Look to the left of the chart here and say, okay, 37.03. That's what I did. It looked like that. It started pulling back. Boom, out of the trade because here it is coming back again. Okay, now tomorrow it might rip right back up here. Then we get into it again. Okay, that's the beauty of trading. You know, in and out. I can be in and out of trade in, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. Okay, so that's the key of this. Okay, so right now on downside, watch the 8-day. You lose that, it's going to be the 21-day. Upside, we crack about at 37.10. Then we're going to be looking for that 37.40. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have crude ski, here we have natty gas. Okay, so look at the old crude ski here. Now, I've been pointing out here today, I pointed out, see this? Possible bear flag situation. Okay, so you can see here where it made a higher high and a higher low situation. Yeah, but could it hold it? Oh, hell no. Okay, so upside what you're watching is 65.88. That's your resistance level, and then where to go? Right into that 21-day. Okay, see, when I say 21-day is like a catch-all, okay, that means that if it comes on down like we have here, you lose the 8, it comes down and it catches it. However, it can be all resist all like we have here, and like we had today. Okay, so just the opposite if the price is below the 21-day. All right, so always factor that in. Now, we've got a possible bear flag situation going on here. Now, the key is going to be the bottom of this candle right here is that a 64 flat. We lose that, you're going to hit 63.45, and you're going to come right down here, 61.06, and then you retest down there at 59.74. We start losing that area here, then we're going to come down here. You're looking at 57.74 level here. We'll come down here, 57.03, and we'll come down to the bottom, 56.39, and then we have 55. 12, which is your big retest down there. So just watch this bear flag. But again, if we close above the 100-day and that 21-day, that negates the pattern, and then we go upside. Okay, so what we're looking for would be that 68.52. That'll be a 200-day, and then right above it, we have the old curl jab at 69.36, which is rolling over. Now, as this rolls over and crosses that 21-day or that 200-day, that is going to be very, very strong resistance if it gets up here. Even if this goes sideways, that will keep on rolling on down, and that's going to be big time trouble for the longs on the old crude ski. Okay, now we had negative divergence going here, high, and then we low. We had high and high. Okay, or an extra high. Okay, so negative divergence there. Come on down. We're sitting here at 47. That's not overbought or oversold. Momentum, green cross the red, down she comes. So right, watch it out very carefully. Okay, possible bear flag situation. Now, natural gas. Okay, well, okay. Came on down yesterday, came right on down. Where to go? Right to the 200-day. Boom, right there. Today, made a little bit higher low, and then zoomed up, made a little bit higher high. But we're still stuck right in between here. Nothing has really changed. I didn't take any trade in natural gas today at all. Okay, a lot better stuff out there. Okay, so downside here's what you do. You want to watch that 348, and then we lose that. You can come right down to 200-day at 3.36. Respect that 200-day because it held here. Okay, and it held here again. Okay, upside, just watch that 21-day, 364, And then we're coming up here to that 370, which is basically your 100-day and your 8-day, and then with 376, and then this is what you're looking for at that 384 level. That's your resistance level. But you got the 21-day, the 100-day, the 8-day. So you're going to have something dramatic to take this back up. Okay. Now, that being said, we do have a bottoming tail here, just like we had a topping tail. We have a bottoming tail here now with a higher low and a higher high. That's always very, very good to see, even though the candle is red. So let's just see if that can shake out here, and we can maybe blast through this and then take it higher. Don't give up on Natgas here. The chart is still, even though this looks like ass ugly here, you still have a low, higher low, higher low, higher low situation, okay, going on here in the natural gas. Okay, let's take a look here now at the indexes. Okay, here we have the Dow, the S&P, and the old Nasdaq. Now, as this moving up here, I am selling into this this melt up here. Okay, now I'm not selling at all. So if say I have 1,000 shares into something, okay, I'll dump out maybe say 200. As it keeps running going, I'll dump out 200. So when it gets to the top here and we melt up and we retest these levels, I'll be long gone. Okay, when you get melt ups like this and you get negative divergences and negative divergences and negative divergences, okay, that tells me here it's going to be a matter of time before this is going to come falling right off. Okay, so again, it's nothing goes up forever. Okay, and now what you get is you got a lot of people, oh, the market is ripping up. You know, we got FOMO going here. We got to get, this is where you need to get in, to get in, not starting a position up here. Okay, this is where you sell slowly into this, and then you use stop orders. Okay, so right now here we're back above that key 43,183, and we're rising right on up here. So your next big level that we're going to be coming up here is all the way up here. We can get up to that 44.33 level. You can come all the way up here to that 44.769 very, very easily here. Okay, I'm not saying you can't, but on the downside here, always watch that gap. That's 42.70.94, and then watch that fill 42.609. But I say just be very, very cautious, because anytime these melt ups here, eventually these do not end well. Okay, same way at the S&P, we have this gap going on right here. Okay, look at the bottom of that, 60.59. We look to the top of there, 60.28. We have the 8-day, the 21-day. We lose that when come right down to this 200-day. Okay, so a little bit of correction here would really be healthy for the old market. Now, NASDAQ, same thing. We're putting in absolutely probably new highs here on the old NASDAQ here. So you got to be very, very careful here. So what I'm doing, I'm just selling into this, okay? Selling into on my long position. I trade it every day. I do a couple of things, okay? How I trade is I have day trades, I have swing trades, and then I have longer term trades, okay? And then I have really long term trades that I'm just kind of a holding, and that kind of stuff is like Amazon and Nvidia and Netflix and that kind of stuff there. But realistically, even like on your longer trades from down this area here, I am selling into the situation, okay? So because this does not end well, and eventually you're going to run out of steam here, and it's going to come flying down. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, Friday, one more day left, and we will do it all over again. All right, thanks for watching.